What up, what up? It's your boy Marco from Upside Down Studios. It is motherfucking Monday. Join with me as always, Dino the Genetic Marvel from, we don't know if it's going to be fucking the new piece of America, if they're going to have their own little country there. I got the bad feeling that the chunk of Canada that's going to leave is going to end up with a piece of California that's going to leave.
Nobody is taking anything, sir.
It's
Not one person.
It's going to be California.
Oh, it's already can't afford it. I'll tell you that much.
Can't afford you. That's what it's gonna be right there. How you doing, bro?
I'm good. Just, you know what? This is the problem, is that because my schedule is so weird, like my days off are usually like Tuesdays and Fridays, and the rest of the days I have stuff to do and things like that, right? So today being a holiday, I'm like, I have stuff to do, like this show, another show tonight. I have, other errands to run, and it's like, oh yeah, everything's closed because Labor Day. And I'm like, God damn, yeah, it's important to celebrate. People need a break. That's fair. Pooh. So yeah, one of those things,
Yeah, it figures. I got all kind of shit that needs fucking done, and no fucking store to get the parts that I need.
Correct. Like it's one thing where, do you remember when there were a ton of stores that were open 24 hours and it was awesome because you could go at like 3:00 in the morning and get shit done? It was
even
great.
Just to hang out, dude. Walmart at 3:00 in the morning was fucking great just to people watch.
That's true. That is factual. I'll be honest with you.
Oh my god, dude. Some of the fucking oof. All right, so we're gonna try to see how much news we can get through before my Mr. Algorithm decides to shut me down.
It's already in process, I'm sure.
Oh, dude, it's already been fucking glitched. As soon as I started the stream, everything was fine. As soon as I fucking clicked on, whatever save destination, whatever the fuck, it started glitching.
Yeah.
So, anyways, first and foremost, I would love to say publicly, fuck Mayor Brandon, whatever the fuck his name is, from Chicago. Fuck him and fuck Mr. President 47, Tom Homan. Go and arrest that piece of shit. Oh my God.
What? Okay, may I ask why? Now, listen, let's be honest. Most politicians, not a fan of.
Is it Brandon Johnson?
What's the reason for this one? So we all know exactly.
So, I know you've seen here and there the different interviews they've had or different town hall meetings they had, where pretty much everybody in the town hall is telling him to go fuck himself because he's taking all the fucking people's money. Now, mind you, these are urban, the inner cities of Chicago. People ain't making the best amount of money out there as it is. The crime, murder rate, everything is through the fucking roof. Them people need fucking help. They don't need this dickhead who ran on a platform that he would not raise taxes, who raised them God knows how many times already, taking them fucking taxpayers' money, claiming that he's using it for community, to help the community, and doing whatever he can for the illegals. Now, that ain't even fucking, me exaggerating. That is the people, like there was one lady who begged on fucking television for the president and Tom Homan to come and arrest Brandon Johnson. She begged her, a citizen of Chicago. And now mind you, now Chicago right now is at a 1 point something billion dollar deficit. He just wrote an executive order stating that, like he was a fucking president, but wrote an executive order stating that none of the law enforcement in Chicago is to help the military, to help any kind of anybody in the government to fucking, crack down on the crime and to crack down on the illegals. he did like he took another fucking, I forget how many millions of dollars, and this is what put him over the $1 billion deficit, to house and protect more illegals. And his own constituents are like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Nobody is supporting him except Governor Fisker. And I got a bad feeling that Fisker is going to be running for president, and Johnson thinks that he's going to be his fucking vice. And I'm going to just let you know that shady fat fuck ain't going to give two fucks about you while you're out scribbling and scraping in the fucking hood.
Who's running the accountant? Kamala Harris's team? Like, I don't. How do they lose $1 billion, bro?
That's another, because he keeps giving it to the illegals, dude. They're doing the same fucking shit there as New York was doing. Only no, everybody's got their eye on New York. So the handouts, the checks, the fucking free housing, the fucking all that shit.
You know what?
They shut down schools in Chicago and then open them up back up to house illegals.
See, I think what we can all agree on is that if you take the bulk of your resources and funnel them into anything, okay, that in turn doesn't produce resources, such as if you have roads, maintaining those roads will produce a level of commerce and activity and tourism, things like that. If you create highways, better traffic, things like that, where you use those resources, you're going to have a good result because it will encourage people to come. You invest in things like police, in services, even health services. You'll have an influx of people even visiting for healthcare. You'll have people knowing that they can walk the streets and be safe. These are all good things. If you invest in a bunch of things that don't produce any sort of income, then you will in turn. Well, hey, it's not even that. If you invest your money in something that doesn't produce revenue, you will essentially create a black hole for your funds, and all of your funds will just slowly go in there. In this scenario, it is people who are not contributing, not producing taxes, not maintaining. And listen, hey, you know what? I encourage people to bring illegals to their city and hire them as staff to actually do the job that those taxes were intended for, like maintaining roads and fixing shit and not having leaks and sewers backed up. You know what? It's not a great job, but it pays. And you know what? Your family is in a better place. Instead of just giving people hands out, give them a goddamn job.
That's where I see this problem is now that we're having. Because I'm noticing a lot of ice hitting naturalization places. They're hitting people that are like aren't citizens just yet, but have been going through the processes. They went to a place where everybody was about to get sworn in, and before they got sworn in, they got deported. That I think is some fuck shit. I think you're correct. Because they're kind of doing the same thing with the farmers. If the farmers say, hey, he's working here, Paco's working here, he's doing a good job, we'll keep him. He's under, he's under the farmer's thumb. Which pretty much is going on now. But if, like you said, if we say, okay, you guys want to stay here, as long as you ain't got no fuck shit on your record, because most of these people have fuck shit on their record. A lot of them don't, but most of these people do. If you ain't got no fuck shit on your record, we got jobs here. You want to stay here? Right. Here's a job. You're going to get paid. You are on a path to becoming a citizen. As long as you stay at that job and you do, what you're supposed to be doing, then you're boom. You got a job. Eventually you'll be a citizen. Shut the fuck up.
Why is that confusing?
Yeah, I don't understand why that's so. We got this society now of these fucking libtards that's just, let's baby these people. Let's do this. Let's do that. We don't have to force them to work. We shouldn't have to force them to work. Fuck. Hell, half of these motherfuckers don't want to fucking work to begin with them damn selves. No, Dino just pulled a fucking disappearing act there.
So
I thought Can't Afford You fucking booted you.
no, I pressed the wrong button. I was trying to move the screen so it was in front of other stuff because I'm trying to get shit done, and by accident I closed the screen. My apologies, everyone. Hey, I agree with you. Look, you know what? I don't agree with mass deportation without any consideration. I don't agree with mass immigration without consideration. Okay. If you open your doors to just let a flood of people in, what did you expect to happen? Listen, the idea that people are like, why isn't this working? I'm sorry. What did you expect? These people aren't like if you have a job, you go to the back of the line. And when I say the back of the line, I mean for deportation. Good. Oh, you have a job and you're paying taxes. Good. Back of the line. Back of the, you have more time. If you don't have a job, front and center, asshole, you're out. Okay. I'm sorry. How are you going to make it? Well, people can only stay in Section 8 for 2 years, which I completely agree. Hey, 2 years, figure your shit out and get back to it. You know what? That is a huge kindness, and people have taken advantage of it. So, but I'm sorry. If the people of this country are getting 2 years, why are other people getting 9, 10, 12? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's not how that works.
Was it you who told me about it, or did I watch it on one of the fucking news channels? There was a lady in New York who qualified for Section 8. She had 2 fucking places, 2 apartments on that Section 8 that she was renting out. I think her rent was maybe $45 for each place in New York because of the Section 8. She was renting out each place for like $3,000 while she lived in this luxury fucking home wherever the fuck, making $6,000 off the government there.
Okay. I'm not an expert, Marco. I'm not an expert. And in all honesty, I feel like I'm not smart enough for this many people to be dumber than I am. And I'm 100% sure that you can't sublet Section 8 housing. What are you on about? Like, what kind of crackhead shit is that?
Dude, that's the way. And then they believe that they should have the right to do that.
Why? What? You don't have any right. Hey, I'm sorry. You have like 3 rights, maybe. And even then, they can be taken away. It's called the Patriot Act. Eat shit.
And then, at this, and those were Americans. That wasn't even illegal. And the bad thing is I've seen that game ran over here, not to that extent, making $3,000 a piece, but I've seen that game run over here in the hood of Youngstown. You get a lot of these fucking baby mamas out here who get Section 8, qualify for it, get the house, still living at home with their mama, shitting out kids by everybody and their mama, but yet they're renting out their house. That's my rental. That's my rental. No. That's not.
It's not even yours. If you can't afford, look, if you can afford market rent and you find an opportunity, hey, I locked this in at a good rate so I can sublet it. Hey, capitalism, good for you. But if you're on Section 8, you don't get to sublet anything. If anything, you should get that taken away. Oh God.
Yeah.
That is alarming. That is so alarming, Marco, that like it enrages me.
It's crazy. And the bad thing is, like, I heard 2 things are within the past couple of days that kind of just stuck with me. And one of them is, and they straight, the lady even said it when she was bitching about Brandon Johnson. They are replacing the black folks in America with illegals because the black folks are starting to. Well, we'll say black voters. We'll say black voters.
All right. Yeah.
Because the black folks in America, more and more, no matter what people, all around me, you would think it was opposite, but it's statistically proven throughout every state, more and more black folks have went red.
Yeah.
They have went red more in droves, and then you get these libtards. Oh, go stay on the plantation. No, they're getting off the fucking plantation, and I love how the fucking party that started the slavery and fought for the slavery and the fucking plantations and shit and the Klan are the ones saying you went back to the plantation. No, bitch. That I don't know. That people woke up. It's like my comedy set that I said, black is the new white. There is no more, black folks are not N-words anymore. Get that out of your system. They're fucking Americans. Black folks are Americans just like me and you, and they are subject to the back of the bus. And it ain't because of their color, it's because they decided to smoke a blunt before they went to the bus station.
All true, unless you're my daughter. That's then you're. Sorry, I couldn't resist. It's a good joke. Come on.
Like I said, in my eyes, I don't that bullshit now with this whole the racism thing anymore, man. It's gone out the window, and now it's like we try to find this equality here, and the younger ones, and it's like somebody is indoctrinated. It ain't all college because not all of them are in college. Let's get that straight.
That's fine.
But I mean, there's black fatigue or whatever. These young kids, the YNs, are going in just trashing stores and robbing places, and they're entitled to this and they're entitled to that. No, like who the fuck are you? Like you are causing racism. You are bringing racism back, and it ain't even like it's a hate for your color or a hate for your heritage. It's a hate for your fucking actions.
Yes.
It's a hate for having to worry about, getting smacked because you're lighter skinned out of nowhere. It's a hate from, having to hear vulgar language while somebody's walking their kids down the road. It's the hate of fucking going into a store and using their hard-earned fucking money to buy them pair of shoes they save for, the same ones you just stole.
Listen, there are certain malls we used to go to, we stopped going to because there were crowds of
undesirables.
I would say men that would actively be staring and following women. And when I say crowd, I mean above 10 people. And I'll be honest with you, I'll happily defend my wife's honor. I'll happily throw down, but 10 people is 10 people, and I'm not stupid.
Yeah, so why dangle the pork chop in front of the pit of fucking wolves?
That's it. So I'm like, yeah, we just don't go there.
Yeah, it's my pork chop.
Hey, we go to more expensive malls, and
somewhere else.
Yeah, we go to malls that have police on guard. You're like, oh, you know why? Because it's not me causing the problem, friends. Sorry.
And you hear about this horse shit all the time. Oh, these stores left this town because it's racist. These stores left this there. No, they left this fucking town because you guys act a fool. And if you don't fucking get your goddamn way and start burning your own shit up. We were taught that as kids. You don't burn your own shit up.
Yeah, go to a neighboring town and steal from them. God. Like, look, hey, think about it this way. If your mom goes grocery shopping to a specific grocery store every week, okay, would you, on the day you're playing hooky, go to that grocery store? No, that's stupid. That's exactly how you're going to get caught, okay? In the same sense, if you constantly visit a place for enjoyment, are you going to go back and then steal when you know some of the staff? No, that's stupid.
But
so,
doing it anyways.
Robbing somebody who's in your own neighborhood, yeah, you're stupid. Like, that has nothing, and number one, that has nothing to do with race or color. Hell, it barely has to do with you being fucking a poor, okay? Not fucking a poor, but you fucking poor, okay? Let's be very clear. You're just stupid. You're an idiot. And you know what? You deserve nothing. Go live in a fucking cave, you piece of shit.
And we got these courts now that I really don't understand. Like, these courts now are actually fucking just letting these people do whatever the fuck they want.
Mm-hmm.
That's what drives me now. Again, I need somebody to explain to me. Somebody. I mean, out of all my research and everything I've done, I still don't understand how a nobody judge, a
Mm-hmm.
nobody fucking judge, can just say, hey, fuck the president and whatever he says. Fuck Congress and whatever. Fucking Brandon Johnson says, we don't listen to the federal government. He said that this morning.
Hey, you don't have a choice, friend, because they'll steamroll you. Hey,
apparently they do though now. They do have a choice. Look at Gavin Newsom's fuckface ass. Fucking Mayor Bass. Look at Lightfoot pulled her fuck shit. All these.
Sorry. You said Gavin Newsom's fuckface ass, and all I pictured was people when they put the sunglasses on the dog's tail right on its asshole. And I'm like, oh yeah, that checks out.
Yeah, that's Newsom all day. Prisker, the judge who had his nipples all out on the internet while he was fucking, trying fucking Trump. You remember that? Mr. fucking pepperoni nipples?
I don't want to know it. I don't want to know it.
The judge who was fucking around with his bailiff, remember? You don't talk to my bailiff that way. And he was sending her little notes and shit across the thing.
I think this is the real problem. Like I'm 50-50 on the idea of judges being elected and sheriffs being elected. I'm because it turns out to be a popularity contest instead of who actually will do the job, right? And I have a problem with that. But the fact is, like, what's the term for sheriff and judge? Like, is it like long, or is it like Congress, like 4 years or some shit? Or
judge could be a judge fucking forever as long as they're fucking, like they win whatever the fuck.
But they have but they, like, how long is their term before they have to be reelected?
Oh, I think 4 years, maybe 6. But I know, like, a sheriff, sheriff don't have the meaning that it does on TV, especially around here.
I think in the country it does, like, because then all you have is a sheriff, right?
Yeah, over here, there's nada.
No.
I try to get, supposedly, sheriff is supposed to be higher than your local police. So when I call the sheriff department to make a complaint, they're like, "Oh, we don't do that here."
Then who does?
Exactly, like there is no dude. This is how fucked up our system is. People think us up here is just fucked up. No, it goes all the way down to the local shit, and most people don't know because they kind of fly under the radar just naturally. But as soon as you step into that fucking line of fire, you see the shit show that is your local government.
I don't know. That's like, I don't understand why that people would think that makes sense. You're like, oh, everyone should be held accountable by somebody. Even the president is held accountable by his voters. So, like, very weird.
And like, something that really kind of bothers me that I haven't nobody's really talked about. I heard it just so matter of factly. I brought it up on one of the shows the other day, but you would think this is big. This is real big. The whole time warping. Like, we can time travel now. Like, time travel is real now. Like, real deal. Like and in the way Futurama fucking explained it. Who, by coincidence, is the creator, the Simpsons creators, or was created by the people who made the Simpsons.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember the episode very well, where they showed the fucking spaceship, and they said, this warp drive you don't go fast, it pulls everything around you in front of you.
Yeah.
So you don't move, everything else moves, and we do that now.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not a good thing.
I mean, nobody's saying dick about any of this. And then all of a sudden they're talking about different bases and shit all over. Dude, that Atlas 31, that's some scary shit. Our government knows. And the bad thing is, I think our government knew this back when Trump was in office the first time. Because remember when everybody kept saying, why does he keep dumping everything in the Space Force? Why do he make Space Force? Why is this and that? And out of everything that gets defunded or money that gets shifted around, you know who don't get talked about? Space Force. And now all of a sudden, now all the countries want to put something, and they're not talking about money. You know, they're not talking about military strategy. They just want to be out there. They want to set up outposts out in space, on the moon, on Mars. You know, there's a 400-year fucking trip that they're talking about to Alpha Centauri. You know, they want to send, I forget how many people on a spaceship. So, Lord knows what generation down the line to finally make it to Alpha Centauri. But that's retarded. Especially now, again, if there's the warp drive. Wow, I did the Trump. If there's the warp drive, then
the warp drive, it's the best warp drive in the country. It does amazing things you don't understand.
You don't want the Chinese warp drive. American made.
It may go forward, it may go backward. You want America first. It says forward, backward. It's got buttons, little knobs. It's very well made.
Gold. Oh, gold. I'll even sign the first 2,500 of them.
That's it. Yeah.
Or no, the
very
first
commemorative. It's a limited edition. You wouldn't understand.
There'll only be 47.
Right.
There'll be 47 of them. I'll sign 47.
Bro, just don't understand. I don't understand why people are of the opinion that this makes any sense. You're like, okay, let's realistically think about it. We can time travel. Okay, great. What have we done with it? Oh, we made things much worse. Okay, though maybe we need fucking Jean-Claude Van Damme as time cop to just stop letting people fuck around with shit. How about that? Okay. God damn. Just fucking stop doing shit. Okay. Don't do anything. Do nothing.
Dude, that's what's gonna be next, man. The Time Variance Authority. That's gonna be the new thing. You ain't gonna be worried about cops. You're not gonna be worried about the military. You're gonna be worried about, you know, a little door like on Loki popping open and motherfuckers with batons coming through.
Like having seen it on TV and stuff, and like you see how people react, and you always have the impression you're like, I wouldn't react that way, and then you're kind of going, yeah, I'd probably shit my pants. Like immediately be like, what the fuck are you doing in my house? Like just, you know.
I'm not gonna lie, I'd probably react like Deadpool did in Deadpool and Wolverine.
I mean, yeah, I should have wore my brown pants. Well,
when it was like, this is, I'm not the first one that's into pegging. Disney is though. I want you to be staring at me right now. I'm gonna make it awkward as fuck.
It's gonna be awkward. Yeah, that is how that works. Sometimes you got to get awkward, people. It's just one of those things.
So another thing that is just, I'm sure they're spinning it every which way they can, but a fucking federal local judge, whatever, some fucking nobody, claims that Trump's tariffs are illegal. How the fuck are you? How is it? We gotta stop this. We for real gotta stop this. Like, where did these judges get? I don't understand. Once again, how are you going to say? Like, when did you become the head of the economics, whatever the fuck? You know, why are you still in your local little fucking shithole town and still running your mouth? You think you got? I don't get this. I don't. Like, I feel like this is the, like, now that we know about the whole time shift thing or time warp thing or whatever, that all the shit that I don't understand. I think it's just people fucking with that. This is what's happening. They're opening and closing the window. They don't know what's on the other side of the window. So they're just, like, every once in a while, some dickhead will reach out and grab a piece of grass or fucking spit out the window or something. And boom, we got another stupid fucking law. Just some new stupid fucking piece of reality happened. Some new, you can't even call it a Mandela effect anymore.
Like, no, it's not. Hey, it's not Mandela effect. It's everything's just getting crazy because nothing makes any sense. And the worst part is that you have government is basically just, hey, we're gonna take your money and just have meetings pretending to do work, but we're not actually gonna do anything. And you're like, okay.
Shit, and they're doing a lot of fuck shit. That's what they're doing.
Yeah, but fuck shit isn't real shit. It's just fuck shit, which, you know what? I could fucking go to a sandbox and I mean, I don't mean the sandbox. I mean like a literal sandbox in a playground. And there's fuck shit happening there too. Doesn't mean I'm going to pay for it or give it some of my tax money.
So
it's very ridiculous.
Here's something else. I'm sure they're going to spin it all or somebody will have a fit about it. I think it's a pretty awesome idea, and I'm sure you will too. Apparently, all new government buildings under the Trump administration will be erected in Greek architecture. Old school Greek architecture.
It's about goddamn time. Shit lasts, okay? Stop renovating shit that's already done.
That's what me and my son said. You know, fuck, the Parthenon is still standing. You got all these fucking temples of Greek gods are still standing. You know, hey, man. If not a Greek, an Italian, but their shit tends to lean.
It is bad construction, okay? This is because they are not smart like the Greeks. This is factual. Hey, that's like, so having been to the Parthenon, right? Like, you look at it and you're just going, how the fuck did this happen? Like, bro, I've been like 8 times, and every time I look at it and just like, god damn, that's some crazy shit. Like, it is like, when you look at it too, you're just looking and you're going, can you imagine when this first fucking happened? Like, people are just like, look at this fucking thing. Who the fuck did it? How the fuck did, like, honestly?
Yeah, but who built the pyramids? Who built the pyramids? Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Probably Mexicans. Let's be honest.
I mean, there's all kinds of theories now. I found a real good idea that I've seen on a few documentaries, and it kind of made sense. And you know, it was man-made, and it wasn't made by slaves, and they weren't trenching in the trenches, and nobody was beaten or whipped or none of that bullshit. We all know that now. Even the fucking cartouche that said that fucking pyramid of Khafre or Khufu or whatever the fuck it is, that was found to be fake. The dude just wanted to keep funding. They have no idea what that pyramid was about. You know.
Well, hey, they've said multiple times that the pyramids were meant as tombs. No sarcophagus has been found around the pyramids.
No. But you know that shit that's under there. Now we don't know what it is. I don't believe it's a fucking charging station or anything. I honestly think it's just that's where the city and maybe the fucking pyramids were like, this is the mark where our city used to be. Yeah, nobody ever thought of that.
Yeah.
And then if the pyramids are right there and the Sphinx are right there by the fucking pyramids, what's holding the Sphinx up?
Don't. Why are you trying to get us fucking taken down from the internet, sir?
And then you know what else is coming back? We touched on it a few weeks back too. The Gilgamesh story, the Gilgamesh body.
Yeah.
All right. So apparently, I never knew that they said it was at the bottom of the Euphrates River, because everything that I've ever, if I remember correctly, there were supposed to be fallen angels buried under the Tigris or the Euphrates River. But apparently the Gilgamesh was up under that bitch, and they found it back in 2013 or whatever, or right before we invaded Iraq. And supposedly that's the reason why we invaded Iraq. Now, I don't know about that story, but I remember when I did my research on that whole thing, not only was there alien shit down at the bottom, because we didn't go after oil shit, we didn't go after bank money, nothing like that. We went after museums, libraries, and the basement of the main palace, and we took over the ziggurat. In the ziggurat, supposedly there was a Stargate. That's what Saddam Hussein fucking found, because we were cool with Saddam, and then all of a sudden we weren't cool with Saddam. Now I tend to believe that he found some technology, and of course, us being us, we decided we wanted technology. So we went
Yeah.
and took, because like we're still there. We still fucking run that fucking ziggurat. I think
Yeah.
it's the ziggurat or some shit like that. But
Yeah. So like I'm looking at a map right now where it shows Mesopotamia, which is Meso, one word, Potamo, which is the river. So it is between the rivers. Okay, this is the Euphrates and the Tigris. This is a very, very fertile land. Okay, that's the whole idea, and that's at close to the bottom where it hits the Persian Gulf is where Sumer was, and like that whole area. Yeah, so Sumer, there's Lagesh, Uruk, Eridu, and Umma are all,
yeah.
and then Babylon is to the north.
Now all those, if you look back in the Sumerian texts
Yeah,
and the stories of the Anunnaki, those are all Anunnaki cities. It
yeah.
started off at and then Sumer, and then it went up to Eridu and all that shit.
Yep.
So yeah, if you look at the oldest writings in the world,
Yeah.
and then you put together where all that shit lines up and where we went into,
It was all Greek. Everything was Greek. It should be returned to the Greek people, and everyone should just bow to Greek rule. That is it.
This is way before Greek, unless Zeus was an Anunnaki.
So, like, there's a lot of weird stuff that happens. Like, look, there's a very good chance that because this is the weird part is that every mythological history has very comparable
Oh yeah.
plot
'Cause if
points,
you actually
right?
look at Zeus and his pantheon, and
Yes.
you can compare it all the way back to the Anunnaki and
Yes,
Anu
true.
and all his sons Enki and Lil and the wives and the different trials and shit. I mean I forget what the fuck his name was, but King Anu got into it with this other dude who wanted to take the kingdom, beat his ass, but after he fucking won and was walking away, dude jumped up and bit his dick off.
I mean, that sounds like that's a very Greek move. It's a very Greek move. Just go and boom, dick twist, and yeah, you'll never get it back, bro.
Like some shit that would have happened to Zeus.
I mean, yeah, I mean, he was banging a lot of people's wives. He definitely would have got his dick bitten off. There's no question.
That's what I'm saying. So I mean, there's a lot of, and then their councils and everything. And even if you look in the fucking regular Bible, that comic book, there's the story of Job. Who was the council? Who was the council? Nobody says who this council was. We understand God or whoever was supposed to have the angels or whatever, but nobody said there was a council of angels. These were soldiers and slaves, pretty much. They were servants. So who are the council? And then if you're supposed to be the high upon high, why the fuck you gotta go through a council?
There are a lot of confusing elements of history, and that's the weird part is, and interestingly enough, Marco, I find this is very topical, is that as we've progressed and become more civilized and more intelligent, that like a lot of people have become so uber focused into certain areas where they don't understand all the other concepts. And it comes back to that idea where you have people who are like crazy intelligent, designing algorithms and all sorts of crazy stuff, can't tie their shoes. You're like, what? How do you not? You can't tie your shoes. You're like, oh, well, I just focused on the big picture. Hey. Don't put that person in charge of anything. They're retarded, okay? They can do one thing good. They can't tie. If you can't tie your shoes, you shouldn't be allowed to do stuff on your own, sir. You need to be supervised. And if you can't explain what you're doing to other people, don't do it. Just stop right there, okay? That's the guy who's like, I created time travel. I don't know how to brush my teeth. You're like, well, hold on, sir. Maybe you need to learn how to brush your teeth before you start traveling through time and fucking up everything, okay? It's a little ridiculous.
You're not wrong.
Look, okay, how many times, okay, maybe not your dad, but have you seen like older people? They're like, oh, I know how to do plumbing. I know how to do electrical. I know how to fix my house. I know how to do this, all this stuff. And you're like, oh, yeah, I was an accountant. And you're like, accounting has nothing to do with your house maintenance. Why I know how to maintain my house? Because I live in my house and I got to fix shit.
See, I had a similar point of view, but I grew up poor. I posted a thing
also
earlier.
True. Also valid.
lot of people, you know, they was like, wow, did you go to a bunch of different trade schools? I went to a trade school for fucking machine shop. You know,
Yeah.
I was poor, so I couldn't afford to just keep buying cars or whatever. I had to keep whatever the fuck I had going. You know, I had to fucking learn how to fucking work on a boiler just, you know, over the past 8 years. Because why? I have a house with a fucking boiler in it. And it's a phenomenal price to get somebody to even look at it.
The one thing that I regret was my dad. So he would go to auctions for tooling and stuff like that because it's cheaper to buy it that way, right? So, but every once in a while they would lump stuff together because they're assholes. And sometimes, so he had like a tiny milling machine that worked off 110, and he had a tiny little lathe. But when he got rid of the business, he got rid of those as well. And I was like, bro, I would have taken them home. I would have taken them home and just put them outside because like they were not only like pristinely maintained, we didn't really use them, but they worked. So like for small stuff, it'll do the job. And you're like, having a little milling machine or a little fucking lathe, it's a fucking it's a good thing to have.
I mean, I found a drill press at a garage sale. I paid $10 for it. It's in the back of my van. I haven't used it, but you know what? When I need it, if I need it, I got a big one of them big fucking saws that go across that cut like big shit. It's in my garage. I haven't fired it up since I bought it, but just
in case.
Yeah, because you try to buy them things now. Jesus Christ.
Hey, number one, it's an arm and a leg. Number two, it's made in China. It's gonna last 2 years. That's it. And then it's fucking shit.
I mean, just like today, I just bought it. I stopped at a garage sale, or it's not a garage sale. It's a small flea market that goes on. It's down the street from the shelter, and just to look to see it because we were looking for some picture frames for gift certificates and shit. We put them in frames and stuff.
Yeah.
So I go down there, and a dude had a Sawzall there, $8, Craftsman, old school.
What?
Yeah. I'm like, even though I have an identical one,
still,
but I only paid $10 for it. No, I think I paid 15 for it. I think I paid 15 for it. But I mean, you know, those are old school ones. You try to get one of new fucking Craftsman, whatever's, whether it be a fucking ratchet or.
Do you know that they stopped the lifetime warranty on Craftsman shit?
Yeah, I believe it. I fucking believe it.
That's bullshit, bro.
When Harbor Freight got better fucking quality, you got a problem. You got a fucking problem.
100%. 100%.
But, yeah, I got 3 Sawzalls. You know, I thought I had another one. Lord knows where the fuck it went, a Black & Decker one. But, you know, I got 2 Craftsman ones, and when I couldn't find my Sawzall, I fucking bought a brand new one. It's still in the box. I haven't opened it. Bro. I mean, but how can I pass up a fucking Craftsman Sawzall for $8?
Like, damn, bro. It's a good deal.
Dude, I mean, it came with 3 blades, too.
For real?
Yeah.
Bro, see, this is the thing is like a lot of the times it's harder, like it's more expensive to buy new tooling than the actual tool, right? So like the blades, this, that, and the other. I remember my dad would get pissed whenever a carbide would break. He's like, God damn it. You're like it every time it was expensive. And it was usually one of my siblings or myself who fucked it up. And he's like, stop breaking shit. And you're like, sorry.
Dude, I used to run this huge fucking mill downtown when I used to work at OH&R, man. I mean, this thing was at least fucking 2 or 3 of my rooms in my house.
All right.
Like, it was a big fucking mill. We
had one.
Like, pure fucking, like, when the ingots would come in, the big box of steel, we had to take all the slag off of them. Well, you know, the milling heads holds maybe 50 fucking tiny little carbide heads with the little fucking Allen wrench. Dude, I used to eat them fucking things up. Oh my God, my foreman would have a goddamn. Then, like, you know, you want me to go faster. I fucking go faster. That eats up the fucking carbides. You don't want me to eat up the carbides. I got to go slower. You know, you got to. And to find that balance, oh my God. You ever catch one of them bitches on fire? And an oil
fire. And I was like, shit, bro. Yeah. Oh no. We had let me see here. It was a vertical turret. It was VTL, a vertical turret lathe. So it had a table. Well, no. No. This is like 1940s, 1950s age. Okay,
you had an extra piece on it that moved.
So it had the table that went forward, backward, side to side. Okay,
right.
Then instead of having the mill on the top, it was on the side and would go in, and you could crank it over, and you could extend it and stuff like that. That bitch was 20 feet tall. Okay, so we're talking about and that, like, we only used it occasionally, but it's like there are 3 in this the greater Toronto area. Like, there was nobody. You're like, if you needed it, we were the ones who had it. The other thing he had we had a lathe that had a 48-inch chuck, 48-inch clearance. No, 48-inch chuck, 52-inch clearance, but it was 32 feet long. And you're like, bro, it was. And the hard part was that everything was independent. So you had to, like, quarter turn.
Yeah.
Turn, like, everything was independent. And you're like, yeah, because it's so big. Like, it had 4 different quick gears to move shit down, because you're like, yeah, you can't. It's fucking 30 feet long, bro. It doesn't work that way. But you're like, yeah, you can't even find machinery like that now.
Dude, the shit I used to hate with the old school machinery, like, and anybody who's done any machine shop work knows, we don't work with inches, we don't work with feet, we work with thousandths of an inch, 10,000ths of an inch, shit like that, and to fucking have these machines that have all these play in the fucking screws. Like, you're supposed to turn, like, I to this day, I'm always like, digital or nothing, fucking cranking up the fucking table on a fucking old school mill and trying to get them thousands right on it. And,
bro,
if you stop and you go to lock, you can still feel that. But it's like an old steering wheel.
Yeah. I remember asking my dad, I'm like, why do we have all these shims? He's like, you'll learn. Don't. You'll figure it out. We'll get to that. And I'm like, all right, sure. Then you're like, yeah, when you're like, bro, I'll switch out 2 that feel like, look, they look exactly the same. You feel them, and they're like, no, they're definitely different. And you're like, yeah, there's a thousandth of an inch. That's just how that works.
So, here's something, jumping back on the whole news that ain't been talked about. So did you hear about all these fucking pilots, like, refusing to fly?
No.
Yeah, nobody's hearing about it. Apparently, there's quite a few, and they're not just in one region. They're across. They're refusing to fly. They're like, fuck it. The planes are just like, one captain, I guess. He flew a plane the day before. It was the same plane, and he told them, look, there's something going on with this plane. Fix it. And nobody fixed it, and they expected him to fly. He refused to fly.
Yeah.
And there's just been other, like, that. No, they didn't go into real big details, but there's a lot of fucking pilots fucking refusing to fly their planes, and these are commercial airplanes. And I'm wondering, like, I gotta look a little bit more into it, if they're not all them fucking planes that it was a Boeing that was having an issue or whatever. They were using, like, cooler doors for the fucking.
So this is the thing is, like, so I have a friend who is a pilot, and like, the funny thing is, so she knows how to drive standard, like, she knows how to drive well, and she's a woman, and she'll be the first one to be like, bro, women pilots are the fucking worst. She's like, just they're so bad. And I'm like, yeah, but she's like, I'm not like them, okay? It's not, it doesn't work, okay? But she even said, she's like, so the hard part is that you don't need everything to be perfect in an airplane for it to fly fine. But there are certain things, they're like, there are alarms going off, it's fine. It's not a big deal. But well, think about it this way: how many times can you drive around with a check engine light? You're like, yeah, it's a sensor. It doesn't mean anything. It's fine. Nobody cares.
No, I'm not.
Hey.
The fucking car is not going to fall 30 feet or 30,000 feet out the air.
I agree, but ultimately is like, listen, there are certain things that, yes, that's fine. We can deal with it. Like, so think about it this way is, hey, it's not winter. There's no storms. We don't have a de-icer. It's fine. It's not a big deal, right? I'm not using that as an example. I'm just theoretically saying like, hey, some things aren't necessarily needed at all times. Now, that being said, she's like, there are some things though, where you're like, you have to, if it's wrong and they're like, oh, it's fixed, you still, as the captain, go down, physically check it and make sure it's fixed, because now it's a question of, will you fly or not? You can't trust, oh, don't worry, I did it. No, because they might have just turned off a sensor. And you're like, they're not the pilot. They're not the captain. They don't realize how
they're not going in the air.
Well, bro, like, I've even talked with truck drivers about this, and I'm like, hey, how do you make the decision? Like, if something goes wrong, he goes, always ditch it. I go, really? He goes, yep. He goes, there's no cargo that is more valuable than human life. And I'm like, I disagree, but okay, that's fair. So in the same sense,
if you ditch it and you're on the fucking freeway, that becomes a Final Destination episode.
I agree. That's why I'd be like, no, like, look, bro, the amount of videos I watch of people brake checking trucks, I'm like, run them over. Who cares? Fuck them. I don't care. Like, if you brake check a truck, just so you know, you deserve death. You deserve death in all of its forms. I hope you get flattened like fucking the judge in Roger Rabbit by the steamroller. Just fucking flat out done, because you suck.
For the fuck-faced protesters that want to get in front of fucking trucks, and then want to blame them for fucking getting ran over.
I love the idea that people will stand in the road and say, "You can't hit me. I'll hit you. I don't give a shit."
Yeah, this ain't Tiananmen Square, motherfucker.
No, hey, your whatever you're protesting, I don't care. I don't care. You know why? Because your protest means nothing. You physically can go and make a difference. You choose not to, which tells me that's just virtual signaling. You're not doing anything. You're not doing anything. So I hope you get run over. That's fine.
So speaking of, because we kind of touched on the Mandela effects, what? 2 dead after 2 small planes collide in Colorado. Oh.
Hopefully they were rich people.
The Tiananmen Square. You remember that shit, that whole debacle?
No, I wasn't there.
Well, allegedly. I mean, just on the news and shit. Like when I was growing up, I remember the whole Tiananmen Square incident.
I don't. I know it's been manipulated now. So,
well,
yeah.
What I remember was this kid was out protesting. I forget what it was. It was a noble effort or whatever. There was a bunch of tanks coming at him. He stopped in the middle of the road. He had his white flag up, and they didn't stop.
Yeah.
So he got ran down. He was killed. That's what I remember. According to the Chinese, that never happened, or the Asians, or whoever. I don't know where Tiananmen Square is. Tiananmen, whatever. Sound like strippers to me.
You gotta stop. You gotta stop doing that, because you and I both know it's just you making a dig. You gotta pronounce things correctly, whether you know it or not, because you know it, you piece of shit. Okay, go on.
Cinnamon Square.
Idiot.
Anyway, according to now, I mean, and we just know that they just hide shit, but the Asians say that never happened. We won't say which Asian. Figure out where Cinnamon's at. Now I remember the kid dying. Apparently, kid never died. The kid just stopped in the middle of the road and he stopped the tanks or whatever. So what's coming up? I see you typing in shit. What you got going on?
So I'm just looking at Google's AI overview. It says in 1989, weeks of student-led pro-democracy protests in Beijing, China, culminating in the Tiananmen Square massacre on the night of June 3rd and 4th, during which the Chinese military used live ammunition to suppress demonstrators and kill hundreds of possibly thousands of people. The protests, initially sparked by the death of reformer Hu Yaobing, evolved into a broad movement calling for an end of corruption and political reforms. In the crackdown, troops and tanks violently cleared the square and surrounding areas, leading to widespread arrests, and the Chinese government has since censored any public mention of the event. That's it. So, yeah. Well,
a massacre?
Yeah.
When the fuck did that happen? This is what I did.
1989, June 3rd and 4th, apparently.
Yeah.
Dude. There's a lot more to it than originally thought. But, you know, every country in power has done horrible things, is my philosophy. So, and realistically, look, there were times when people used fire hoses to clear areas in the United States.
I understand. I think they should bring that back. It's non-lethal. I would rather be hit with some fucking water than some fucking rubber bullet.
You say non-lethal, but if we've watched the movie UHF by Weird Al Yankovic, where it's like, who wants the fire hose? Pow! And little Jimmy goes flying across the room. I'm not saying he died, but he was not okay for the rest of his life. I'm just, just be reasonable.
He's still coloring.
Not in the lines. Not in the lines. That's fine.
Oh fuck. All right, we're gonna end on this since we're going a little bit long here.
Okay.
Oh well, no, we got about 4 minutes left. Something just came across the line on my other computer. Oh, I got to see if it's going to let me bring it back. Because now apparently, you know how Michelle Obama got to bring her ass into the spotlight. You got to have one of the Obamas in the spotlight.
Did she start OnlyFans?
No, Trump's Maha campaign. So RFK, the RFK's campaign.
Right.
Borrows from Let's Move, which was Michelle Obama's campaign, but with more culture war.
What's the culture war? How is it a culture war? Being healthy, how is that culturally specific?
Because you only under Obama, you only had to be healthy if you were rich and white.
Oh,
then you can't have your fucking your Happy Meal toys, and that's how they were deterring people from fucking having their kids eat bad food. They all this other horseshit. But now if you're in the hood, you can buy fucking candy, you can buy Little Debbie's, you can buy energy drinks, you can buy fucking whatever fuck with food stamp card. But nobody looked at it that way. Everybody's looking at it like, oh, they want us to eat healthy. That's racist.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Yeah, it is. Okay. There you go. I think that is definitely racist. It should be equal for everybody. You know what? Even better, nobody gets EBT. Eat shit. How about that? Not one person. I don't care if you're legal, illegal, poor, rich. Doesn't matter.
I honestly thought it was a good idea when they were floating the idea of sending the meals home.
Listen, if anything, okay, Marco, let's be honest. It's a lot of work to prepare meals on a daily basis. Great. Send the meals home. You have your schedule open. You can go ahead and find a goddamn job. How about that?
Well, that'd be the thing, though, because the government always got their loophole. If you're working, then you won't get your food.
Good.
That's something I didn't understand. Food stamps, I mean, people who work should be able to get food stamps. Because a lot of people aren't making that big money or whatever, or they got a family, so that food stamps help them. Not to be fucking entitled shit and be like, oh, I got all these food stamps, I'm selling them this and that. No. If I like for instance, when I got custody of my kids, I had to quit my fucking job, a job that I fucking loved, because they were going to cut my kids' medical and food stamps because on paper I made $1 too much. What the fuck is that? I was a single dad trying to do the right fucking thing, and the government punished me for it. And a lot of people are we always see these stories about these people taking advantage of the system. And,
Mhm.
you know, it's people like us who are pissed off at them people because we, you know, when we really needed it, we try to do the right fucking thing, we get kicked in the fucking dick.
Yes. This is why, like, in all honesty, I don't understand why people like, so, like, let's be honest. If you have a full-time job, you should not need food stamps. So, like, inherently the issue is that we need to go back to being able to accommodate a one income household, right? One income should be able to look, you ain't getting rich. You're not going to have a palace. You ain't going to have a Benz. You're not going to have any of the things. But you know what? You can get a nice little Corolla. You're going to have a roof over your head. And hey, maybe go down to fucking Cape Cod every once in a while. But,
Well, see,
you know,
that's a big issue now. Like, you know, everything, like the cost of living as compared to the income coming in, you know, just it don't pan out no more. Even though all this of what should have been over the past, you know, that's another thing I don't understand about a lot of the Democrats with all these environmental bullshit, this and that. You have had since Obama, y'all have implemented all kind of environmental shit. Y'all have implemented all kind of healthcare, whatever the fuck. Y'all have no matter who was opposed to it or who tried to shimdiggle it, it's there.
yes.
Where is the benefit? The 10 years is up. We're supposed to be dead right now.
That's right.
Remember Greta, the dumbass, whatever the fuck? You're 10 years
How
is up.
dare you?
And the fucking Brazilian girl who she plagiarized her speech from, her 10 years are up. And so is Al Gore's 10 years.
You know what I feel like? Do you remember all the like old ass people who are like, well, doctor said I should quit smoking and drinking, but I'm still alive and they're dead. I feel like that's everyone else versus environmentalists.
Dude, my father-in-law, Ken, I mean, God rest his soul. That man, you know, he good, great man, taught me a lot of fucking shit.
Yeah.
The one thing he did teach me is if you got it right now, just, you know, moderation, don't quit whatever the fuck you're doing, cold turkey, nothing like that, and have some kind of that man busted his ass. He was in the military. From the military, he worked in the mills. From the mills, he worked in the big, he used to wire huge fucking electrical fucking motors and shit.
Damn.
And he had his own garage. And he went and got custody of his 2 daughters, 3 daughters, and his son. And maintained that whole shit when he was finally able to. That man drank a bottle of Black Velvet every night, smoked his own, rolled his own cigarettes, and he fucking moved. He kicked. I mean, dude, he retired and he decided he was going to go to the doctor. The doctor said, you need to quit doing this, this, and this. No lie. A week fucking later, he went back for some more tests. Oh, you have cancer. The fuck you mean he has cancer? He was fine a week ago when he was drinking his fucking bottle and smoking his cigarettes.
Bro, it nothing makes any sense anymore. In all honesty, nothing. It's ridiculous and it's frustrating to no end. I don't get it. But
something else we ain't heard about is apparently they found something that eats cancer cells.
There's a lot of things like that.
And now, you know, I've seen it real quick on passing on the internet, and then it was gone.
Yeah,
gone.
There's a bacteria that can help eat cancer cells, and there's also
something simple.
Yeah. Then there's also a whole thing that was explaining that Germans have created a new medicine or injection. I don't know what it was, but apparently it helps you regrow cartilage and stuff like that in your knees and stuff, so you no longer need surgery. So knee surgery is a massive fucking industry. Being replaced with an injection, yeah, nobody's gonna see that other than fucking rich people. Why? Why would they? What? You think you deserve healthcare? Go fuck yourself.
With that being said, well, we got a topic for tonight.
Not yet. I am working on some stuff, trying to figure out something, but we should have it soon. I will let you guys know in advance so we can kind of try and prepare. But yeah, it is going to be happening. So
all right, so everybody, make sure you check us out tonight. Life of Giants, 8:00, correct?
that is correct, sir. You are absolutely right.
Yep, and then we'll be back Wednesday for What the Fuck Wednesday. Thursday we got mental health, and Saturday, Cole is cooking.
Cole is cooking, so it's probably going to be gruel, some sort of gruel meal. Barely edible, that's for sure.
He
You know what? He cooks great, so I'm just being.
He'll have a normal size stove though.
No, so after that episode, Victoria's like, "Do we have a small stove?" I'm like, "No, we don't." She's like, "You're just that big." I'm like, "I'm just that big." She's like, "Oh, yeah, that's weird." And I'm like, what do you want me to say?
What, you're
I'm sorry, I'm huge. Like,
you're gonna be buying a new stove soon,
bro. We don't have more room for a bigger stove. We're not getting a new stove. It's just ridiculous.
Be over there cooking on a campfire.
Bro, then you guys would be like, why is that campfire so small? I'm like, it's as big as the house. I can't make it any bigger. Okay. They're gonna call the fire department on me.
They're outside right now.
Yeah, they're knocking on my door going, "Sir, you're on fire. Please don't do this." Come on.
All right, bro. I'll see you tonight. Thanks everybody for watching. This is Motherfucking Monday. We're out. Little fucking propane fucking cookery.
So what the fuck? What the fuck? Yeah. So what the fuck?